Good morning. Good morning and good morning. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Y'all, I'm sleepy. Oh my God. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Strawberry Taffy, you first. Good morning. Good morning, Soul Star Music Lover. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. So they're saying, oh, yeah, Soul Star, I'm going to address that this morning, honey. Yes, honey. I already know about it. Y'all know Caramel be on it, honey. I be on it, baby. Yes, ma'am, Soul Star Music Lover. I am going to talk about that this morning. Yes, we are. Yes, ma'am, we are. Okay. April Pearson, good morning, love. Good morning, Be Wiser. Good morning, Wanda Coxshell. Aunt Nettie, good morning. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Erica Rogers. Good morning. Good morning, Carletta Passmore. Kelly Davis. Henry Lee. Good morning. Mickey Beebe. Good morning. Erica Butler. Good morning. Gloria Williams. Siobhan Foster. Good morning. Inez Martin. Good morning. Lizzie Wheeler. Good morning. Laura Eden. Good morning, Desiree R.L. Good morning, One Cat Story. Good morning, Carla Johnson. Good morning, C. Rich. Good morning, Butterfly Kisses. Good morning, Jamila Ward. Good morning, C. Lewis. Maria Perry. I'm sorry. Carla Van Zant. Good morning, y'all. Forgive me, my damn sinuses want to act the fool this morning. Good morning, Carla Van Zant. Crystal Amos. Good morning, Faith. Y'all coming in fast. Faith is the substance. Come on, Faith is the substance. Yes, ma'am. She said, salutations. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Aries Girl Podcast content creator. Good morning. Good morning, Innocent Instigator. I love your name. The Innocent Instigator. I got to watch you. All right, Reba 0616. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sweet Vern. Good morning. Joanne Davis. Good morning. Brenda Gresham. Good morning. Confessions with Nikki G. Good morning. Are you a content creator? Let me know. If so, I want to be able to shout you out. You have a name that sounds like it will be a content creator. But good morning. Siobhan Foster, good morning again. Norma Chapman, good morning. Hope Campbell, good morning. Gloria Thompson, good morning. Armanelle Moore, good morning. Chocolate, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Impetitious. Good morning. Good morning, Denise Slade. Wanda Coxshell, Audrey Williams. Good morning, Miss Mary. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody coming in. I see you guys. Y'all are speaking to everyone. Good morning, guys. Hopefully you guys got your coffee and or your tea and you're getting where you got where you need to be this morning. I done messed up my own quote. All right, we got some news I know you guys can use. We're gonna jump right in it. Everything said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. We pulled some great topics for you guys, so I hope y'all are ready for a good show. All right. Let's get into it. OBCD, good morning. Good morning. Say, what's up, y'all? That's a new face. I haven't seen that one. But good morning. Good morning. Everyone is welcome. Good morning. All right. What mods I got in here? Do I got any mods or mods here? Mods here yet? All right. So who wants to be my stand-in mod until one of my mods pop on? Just say me. Just say me in the chat if you want to. If you would like to be a stand-in mod this morning until one of my mods wake up, child, because they trying to get that last 5 minutes of sleep sound like. Somebody say me, all right, Strawberry Taffy, you got me. Thank you. All right, so we're just time-outing people who act the fool for now. Okay, OC, okay. All right, so OBCD. So we're just time-outing people, all right? We're time-outing Crystal. So we're going to do Crystal Amos and Strawberry Taffy for now, all right? We only need 2, all right? Don't nobody feel bad if I didn't call your name. So only timeout if they act the fool. If they continue to troll, then go ahead and put them in timeout. All right. I mean, go ahead and block. If they're continuing to troll and they're just not stopping, then just go ahead and block them on out of here. But put them in timeout. Put them in a timeout if they're acting up a little bit. So all right, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. KBR, somebody should be on here in a minute. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so first topic. This is a sad situation. For those of you who live like up north and other places, it's really, really getting cold. It's really cold here. And it's sad to see that this particular family is, their kids are sleeping out on a porch. I saw. We're going to share this because this kind of tugged at my heart a little bit. Okay. Let's talk about it. Now, it says that social users and Detroit community members call out a pastor and a school teacher for allegedly having their children sleep on the porch in freezing weather. Let's get into this because some of the neighbors kind of spoke up as well about this situation, saying they've been seeing them out on the porch sleeping there for quite some time, even before it got cold outside. Let's get into it.
Confirmed here on the west side of Detroit, 2 young teens have been sleeping outside on the porch in this freezing cold weather.
It hurt every night to go to sleep and know these kids out here.
Neighbors here on Leslie Street off Dexter say that 2 kids sleep every night on the porch. It seems like an extension of their home. There's a toothbrush, shoes, blankets, and more. And they've been sleeping here since July.
In July, it was 80, 90 degrees. Now it's 20 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So something needs to be done.
It's cold, and they be out there at nighttime.
And what about the parents? What do you know about the parents?
They get up every day and go to work. I know that.
Attempts were made to contact the listed owner of the home, but no luck. What do you think should happen?
I think they need to be placed somewhere in a better place because they never here. I do catch them walking up at night, but they need to be placed somewhere. It's too cold for them to be sleeping outside. They only kids.
Confirmed here on the west side of Detroit, 2 young teens have been... And neighbors say both police and CPS have been called, but still the kids remain sleeping outside. And this Facebook video by Mark DeAndre Live has gone viral, showing the kids in this situation, which prompted this community organizer to try and help.
I'm out here to help because I heard that it was 2 juveniles on the porch in the area that we work in doing community violence intervention.
Neighbors tell us that the kids do go to school and participate in extracurricular activities where they can eat and get cleaned up.
It's just too cold for them kids to be outside, like sleeping on the porch.
So
that's just ridiculous.
Definitely more on this story. On Detroit.
That's so sad. I do not like stuff like that. So this person, Leah Plummer Thompson, says that I just saw a video of these children sleeping on their porch, previously posted from an original poster, says that in these freezing temperatures, says I also was just made aware that the father is one of my Facebook friends. Y'all hear that? Says whom I don't know at all. Says I don't care what they've done, Kwame Jones. This is evil. And you're a pastor. So this person is a pastor making their children sleep outside in the freezing cold while they go inside in the warm house and be comfortable. Now it says that if anyone knows these boys' parents, please get them some help. Says that I have a feeling that they're living under some super religious, cultural, or cultish circumstances. Probably. This is so crazy. Now, this other person, Chris Mangum rather, says that what type of pastor makes his children sleep outside in the freezing cold because he feels like they do worldly things. Says that these 2 parents, Kwame Jones, don't need children at all. Says the neighbors have reported the boys being outside 24/7 and called CPS and the news, but not his. But nothing's been done. Okay, so yeah, this is so sad. Oh my goodness. All right, so it says that the kids are being offered help. This is a video someone.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Y'all all right, man?
Oh, yeah.
You sure, man?
You good.
Man, you want to go get something to eat or something, man? Like this shit, like people been calling me. I know you all know who I am, man. I'm a big social media journalist, man. And yeah, man, I want to help y'all, man. Huh? I'm on live stream, yeah, because it's a lot of people trying to help y'all, bro. You sure? You said who? No, your face ain't on there. No, I'm on the ground. Man, you sure, bro? Man, people telling me what's going on over here, man. I don't, you want me to cut it off and talk, man, or what?
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Y'all all right, man?
Oh, yeah.
You sure, man?
This is so sad, y'all. This is so sad, but these are the conditions. It says I was just sent these pictures from a neighbor. It says that the kids' shoes and blankets, etc. Of course, it's out here in the snow. So they're gonna wake up in the morning with snow all in their shoes, meaning the inside of their shoes are gonna be wet. Their feet are gonna be freezing cold because it's gonna be wet from the snow. They're sitting out here with blankets and stuff piled up by the window on the porch of their home in the freezing cold, and their parents are inside. And said that their parents get up every day and go to work. So just like this is like a normal thing. I don't know what's going on here, but if anyone lives in this area, report it. Don't be afraid to go and report because something needs to be done. Obviously, these kids may be scared to speak up because they're saying, oh, we're good, we're good. You're not good, dear. You're sleeping on a porch in freezing temperatures in Detroit, because y'all know how cold Detroit get in the damn wintertime. My God, it's snow out there. So people are still talking about this situation. It said that Kwame Jones, how you talking so high and mighty about them boys as a preacher, but torture them as a father, says that this is sick. This is a sick world that we live in. And what's more insane is that he lead and speak for God in his very own community. Yeah, that's sad. This other person says that y'all are awful people, and it calls the mother's name, Luana Jones, says that Kwame Jones, one thing you can't do is play with God's children. Says that the way you're treating them kids is awful. Then you have a nerve to be a pastor and a teacher. Just disgusting. So people are very disgusted by this situation. If you guys know these people, if you guys have seen this situation,
confirmed here on the West
where they are, please report this. Keep reporting it. Keep talking about it. The more you keep talking about it and or reporting it, these are the parents right here on my screen. That's the father, Kwame, and that's Luana Jones right here. So you guys definitely, if y'all know these people, keep reporting it so that these kids can get some help, because we're just in the early parts of December. It's going to get colder. They still got to get through January, which is going to be still cold. So we don't want them to wind up, you know, passing away on the porch from frostbite or dying in these cold temperatures. Okay. So yeah, if you see something, say something. I know a lot of times people like to say, oh, that's not my business. I'm going to stay out of that. That's not my business. It is your business. It is your business when you see situations like that. Don't sit on it and try to say, oh, that don't pertain to me. It does. These are children who getting up and going to school every day, who really didn't get a good night's sleep because they freezing cold all damn night. So maybe school is like they're out in terms of getting away from the situation that they're in at home. They're going to school, they're having to brush their teeth at school, wash up at school. It's crazy. So prayers to them, prayers to them. I hate to see stuff like that, because I'm a mom. I could not dare. I don't care if my son could never do nothing so bad to where I make him sleep on the porch. Okay. My son could never do no shit like that where I say, no, go sleep on the porch. You want to act out? Go sleep on the porch. Like, I could never do that. But prayers to those kids. And I hope and pray that they get the help that they need. All right. So let's get into the next topic, child. Lord, that made me mad. I probably should save that till later. That made me mad a little bit. All right. Let's get into this next topic, honey. Folk in church are doing the absolute most. Now, we found this man who decided to cuss a woman out in church, child, over a seat. They are in church. It says that says that a man cusses someone out over a seat and they're at a convocation. So this sounds like a Church of God in Christ situation, and he is going off about a seat and cusses this lady out in church, y'all. Let's watch this.
You try to cause problems. Right. We can look at somebody and say, you know what? We told them already, but you trying to cause problems. For what reason? If somebody's sitting there, they're sitting there. You did that. We don't do that. I mean, come on. You pay me no mind all you want to. Don't cause no problems over here like that. What your ass in here? You just sat down. We're gonna search for cussing, y'all, but this man just kind of caused problems. They see people are sitting here, yes. People are sitting here, yes. You trying to cause problems. Right.
So he is trying to reserve seats, it looks like, for someone who's not arrived yet. But this lady comes and sits down with her people and she's refusing to move. So he done cussed her out and they sitting in a whole convocation, child, in church over some doggone seats. I was like, what is this world coming to? I would be scared because like I told you, I grew up Church of God in Christ. There's no way I'm gonna sit there and be cussing somebody out over no seat in church. Like, there's a certain type of etiquette that you're supposed to have in church, and cussing people out is just not one of them. I think people have become so relaxed with church. People have started doing things in church that's just like unheard of from how I grew up. It was always certain rules and regulations in terms of what you do and not do. Like, it's weird to me seeing people pulling out their phones and recording people like doing like praise dancing and stuff like that. If a person is having like a moment, like a religious moment where they're having a connection with God, why are you pulling out your phone and recording these people? Like, what are you hoping to get out of it? I don't like when I see stuff like that, because I feel like a person has gone through something so traumatic. And when they finally open up and they come to church and they say, oh my God, I'm finally at a place where I can kind of talk to God and kind of get this off me. There comes somebody pulling out their phone, kind of ruining the moment, want to put a camera all in their face and zooming in on them and wanting to post it on social media for what? You never know what a person is going through. And then in this situation here, for you to feel so relaxed to cuss somebody out over a seat, like, that's a dangerous place. Church is supposed to be a very sacred place to where you can go, and it's supposed to be like, they call it a spiritual hospital, so to speak. So you're not supposed to act in that way. If it's that strong, go sit somewhere else and reserve seats somewhere else. To sit and go back and forth with a female in church over some doggone seats, that's giving too much. All right. People need to have a little bit more reverence when it comes to God and God's house, and stop doing some things that you know is very contrary to what you know is right and wrong when it comes to that. Okay. A lot of people have shied away from going to church because church had become so relaxed in terms of how if you're older, if you're like my age range, of how you were raised and kind of know how church is supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's just not a place to where you go and respect anymore. Okay, people take it for granted. So that was a little too much. That was I never would have done no mess like that. I mean, if you holding the seat for somebody, if it's that serious, I'll go sit somewhere else and hold the seat there. But word to the wise, get there on time. Get there on time, and you ain't got to worry about somebody getting in your seat. All right, period. Moving on. Stop being so damn late talking about hold me a seat. No, you get there. Because if church is starting to fill up and ain't no more seats, then your seat just gone. You know, talking about no holding no damn seat. Get your ass out of bed and get there on time. Moving on, child. Let's get to this next. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to get to this next topic first. Kenya, you next. All right. We'll get to you in a second. All right. So I want to talk about this topic that I saw. Imagine getting on a flight to fly somewhere, and you fall asleep on the plane, okay? And you wake up only to find that the plane has landed. I don't know what kind of sleep this lady was doing, but she woke up and found herself on the plane alone. Everyone was gone, including the pilot. There was no power on the plane. She could not charge her phone. This is crazy. I've never heard of nothing like this, but let's watch this.
Airline passenger says she fell asleep during a flight and woke up to find herself totally alone at midnight on the cold, locked-up plane.
It's completely pitch black. I thought, this is a nightmare. This is not happening.
Tiffany O'Brien says she was full-on panicking on the plane, which was parked far from the terminals.
Just a sheer sense of helplessness when you feel like you're locked on this aircraft.
When she realized she was trapped on board, she texted a friend, "I just woke up alone in plane, OMG." The friend replied, "What? Nobody woke you up? Can you get off?" Tiffany texted back, "No, the door shut, OMG. I'm stuck by myself alone on plane."
And then my phone died.
Her friend says she called the airport. Tiffany says there was no power on the empty plane, so she couldn't charge her phone. She fumbled around in the pitch dark and made her way to the front of the aircraft and actually entered the cockpit.
Air Canada says it's reviewing the incident and has been in contact with the passenger.
Child, y'all see that? I said, oh, that would be a scary situation. She must have took something before she went to sleep, because, baby, you was knocked out to wake up and everybody done got off the plane and you ain't hear nobody moving and nothing going on. Like, you was sleeping hard. She must have been very, very tired for her to sleep through all of that. Even the pilot getting up and leaving the plane and all the lights being turned out. And my thing is, do the stewardess on the plane not walk back and forth down the aisles to see and or check if somebody else is left behind on the plane and making sure everything is, like, that's weird. Everybody just up and left the damn plane and her ass still laid up there, knocked the hell out, and then woke up in the dark and nothing there. Anybody ever slept that hard on a plane? Oh my God. Flight attendants, y'all, any flight attendants in my chat, do you guys not walk up and down the aisles after you get to a specific flight to, I guess, make sure that everything is presentable or everybody's off the plane prior to the last person leaving? It says that where was the cleanup crew? Right. That makes you wonder. D. Helfer said, where's the cleanup crew? Exactly. Weird. This lady said she woke up. So now I think she's getting ready to file some type of lawsuit, because now she's, of course, brought it to the attention of the news, and she's kind of taking the situation further. So I'm gonna see what happens with that, because I'm interested to see. Somebody said, no way I take a nap, but I'm still, anytime I fly, I might take a little nap. But I sleep light anyway. I hear everything. But I'm never going to be just like knocked out to the point where I don't hear nothing and stuff going on. Child, no. Because people are too crazy. I don't never get that relaxed in front of people like that. Okay. And I always like to be around at the window so I can get over there on my window seat, child, like Erykah Badu. I need a window seat. And I'll take me a little nap. And the slightest little thing I hear, honey, my eyes going to be like this. And I'm trying to see what the hell going on, baby. Because y'all know folk like to act up on a plane. Ever since 9/11, my ass ain't playing with y'all out here. 9/11 done woke my ass up, okay? But let's get on, child, with the show. Because, child, ever since that situation, baby, y'all ain't about to be out here, child, talking that Arab shit and be trying to take over the plane. No, sir. Carry ass is woke. Just in case we got to chop somebody in the throat or something. I don't know. I don't never know. I ain't gonna never be that damn sleep. On that shit. Be ready to take over the plane and whatnot while my ass knocked out. No, you won't. Not this plane. All right, let's get on with the next topic. Y'all know them Arabs get to doing that. All that shit. No, sir. It's about to be a takedown. All right, so Kenya Moore, honey. Kenya Moore, that says that the Shade Room exclusive, child, it says that from the Queen of Reeds to who's been the most desperate to hold a peach, it says that Kenya Moore is spilling it all. So she does like a little sit down interview, and she talks about it says that this time our girl Kenya Moore is giving it to us straight with no chaser. Says that for who she thinks has been the most desperate to hold a peach to Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member that she thinks that is the most iconic read. Says that it's she's actually keeping it real. So she's just kind of talking about some things about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get into it. Kenya's trying to work her way back onto the show. She's already done another interview where she was very apologetic about the whole revenge piece situation on cast member Britt Eady, which caused her to be booted from the show. So Kenya is going through some financial difficulty. I told you that her house is once again dealing with having another lien on her home, okay, in the thousands. So Kenya is dealing with that situation again. She's dealing with some financial stuff. Y'all know she did open her boutique where her hairstyling boutique or whatever you want to call it. And it's not doing too well from what I hear, because she was saying people were calling her place up there, making appointments and not showing up, just kind of like trolling her. So yeah, so she's lost a lot of money and she's dealing with some financial stuff, and prayers to her. I don't never want to see nobody do bad, especially now she's a mother. So you got to have a roof over your head for you and your daughter. So even though Kenya is not one of my favorite people, I do not want to see somebody decline in that way. So let's go ahead and get into what she had to do.
Who's been the most desperate to hold a peach?
I mean, you know the answer to that.
Marlo?
I mean, come on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'm not going to be 12 years a slave to anybody. I'll be 12 years a star.
Right.
Never 12 years a slave. Sorry.
Who is the queen of reeds in your opinion? Who's the queen of reeds?
I mean, really? You're asking me that?
You guys, listen, you guys are all pow, pow, pow. The initial group I mentioned.
So. Of course I'm going to say myself.
Yeah.
But in her day, you know, Nene could read.
Yeah.
And she was funny, which I love. You know, I like that balance of being funny and being like quick-witted. I think everyone has gotten some great reads in, you know, to a degree.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some more than others, but you know.
Who's been the most desperate to hold a peach?
I mean, you know.
Y'all cannot deny that Nene was the queen of reads on the damn show. All right. Marlo as well. Marlo could get you together as well. But Nene, honey, you never know what was going to fly to Nene's mouth. Nene was TV gold. I ain't going to hold you. Ever since she did that lawsuit, that kind of effed it up to where she could not be on the show anymore. But a lot of people still miss Nene, even though she is a little pompous little biatch sometimes. And she's very rude to her fans. And everybody has seen and or heard that. There's videos out there. Go Google it. If you ever run up on Nene Leakes in the airport, don't go up to her thinking you about to get no autograph or no picture, because she don't see if she gonna give you that nasty once over. That's how nasty she is towards people. I've seen several videos and people like fans that said, "Oh my God, we seen Nene in the airport and she acted a certain type of way." She actually threw one of her fans. Check this out. I saw a video where one of her fans actually saw her and started fanning out like, "Oh my God, it's Nene." And she was real rude to this person, even snatched their iPhone, guys, and threw their phone when they tried to take a picture. I said, bitch, not my iPhone. I don't care how many shows you've been on, okay? That little lace front would have been tore off your damn head when you threw my damn iPhone. Believe that, okay? Yeah. Don't throw my damn iPhone, baby. I paid too much for my iPhone. But she threw this person's iPhone because they tried to snap a picture of her, okay? So Nene is very much so rude, but she is TV gold. And I feel like Kenya is now doing these little press conferences and interviews because she's trying to get her face and name back out there so that she can be picked up again and show maybe another softer side to her. And she's already, like I said, was crying and apologizing about putting that revenge pee out on the other cast member, Britt Eady. So she's trying to work her way back on TV because her money is funny. And I guess I respect that. Girl, you got to do what you got to do. You got to kiss a little ass to get where you're trying to go. And I see you doing it, Kenya. Good luck to you, honey, and on your journey. All right. Good luck to you and good luck on your damn journey. All right. For those of you who like to watch comedy like I do, all right, I stay on Netflix trying to see what new stuff they have. I'm currently watching now. What is it? The what is the rap show? The little rap show where they have y'all know last season where they chose a winner for that. So they have the new season out now where they have rapper Lotto is on there. Rapper Ludacris is on there. Do y'all watch it? What is it? Who is the other person on there? They've had Remy Ma on there. They've had Busta Rhymes on there. But they have these up-and-coming people who want to rap, and they're going on. It's kind of like a competition show. So I'm actually watching that on Netflix now. But I'm always open to watching new stand-up comedians come through and do their Netflix specials. So Jamie Foxx, you guys know, who dealt with some very serious health issues most recently. He is back. He's back to acting. He's back to being on stage again. So this is his first ever Netflix special since his health scare. Okay, so he has one coming out, and it will be airing Tuesday, December the 10th on Netflix, called What Had Happened Was. Okay, I will be watching because I do like stuff like this. So I do like Jamie Foxx. He is funny with his stand-up comedy. For those of you that haven't ever watched him stand-up comedy wise, he's very funny. So I'm definitely going to check it out, and you guys should too. So for those of you that are into that, Jamie Foxx, What Had Happened Was, will be airing on Netflix December the 10th. Okay, anybody into that? Anybody like Jamie Foxx like that? Okay, we'll see what it's giving. Even though he likes snow bunnies, it's all right. These black actors, child, they get up there and get to making all that money, and they want to get a snow bunny, and they don't learn until they wind up like Jonathan Majors, child. Then they want to run back to the black woman. You ain't running back over here. You want to have you a snow bunny, you better stay over there with that snow bunny, all right? And when shit get to going crazy, you better stay your ass up over there. Don't come trying to be running back home now. Don't be, you wanted to eat them damn scones and shit. Don't be coming back to fried chicken after they get your ass locked up. Yeah, you want to be eating over easy eggs and scones and all that bougie shit. Then as soon as your ass get locked up, you want that fried chicken and collard greens and neck bones and all that shit back. Nope, stay your ass up over there, okay? Stay on up over there. Damn it. All right, and sometimes you want somebody to be acting like Coretta. Okay. Stay your ass right the hell over there. All right, so let's get into this next person. I love this person. She is a very good actress, all right? And she has now gotten her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she totally deserves it. All right, Kerry Washington, baby, come on up to the carpet, to the red carpet at that. Congratulations, honey, goes out to Kerry Washington for getting her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's huge, right? She's done a lot of great movies and a lot of great shows. One of my favorite movies is The Last Dance, where she's on there. That's one of my favorite. I can watch that movie over and over. That is one of my favorite movies. But you guys know she's been in some other things since then. Baby, yes, Olivia Pope, that is her. The one and only Olivia Pope, a.k.a. Kerry Washington, deserves this recognition, baby. Finally, they gave it to her. Usually they try to give black people their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame when they ain't here no more. And I'd be like, no, why? Let them get there and take their picture and enjoy this moment and be able to be congratulated while they're here. So shout out to Kerry Washington. Let's get into it, honey. Shout out to the Shade Room too. She's so beautiful. Come on. Let's start, honey. Come on, start. So let's get into what she has to say here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful to see you all. I want to say a very special thank you to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for this star and for this day. Do I get to do whatever I want for the rest of my life on December 2nd? Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful to see you all. I want to say a very special thank you to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for this star and for this day. Do I get to do whatever I want for the rest of my life on December 2nd?
Beautiful, beautiful. So shout out to her, honey. Shout out to her. Y'all know she got a fine ass husband too, girl. So I I know he gonna congratulate you when you get home, girl. Okay, we know he will. So shout out to you for that. All right, Kerry Washington, we love you down, honey. We love you down. Continue to keep doing what you do out here, sis. All right. Okay, so let's get into this interview because I saw a few of you guys asking me about it. Yes, y'all know I'm gonna talk about it. If it's hot news, I'm gonna talk about it over here. All right, so let's get into this Carlos King interview where he had Maurice and his drunk ass up on there with Dustin Ross and also So Gucci, aka Sophia from Bell Collective. All right, there were some things that were said. Carlos, once again, you have initiated the bullshit. Now, Maurice sat his bald-headed drunk ass over there and had a lot to say about Melody Cherie. He was trying to throw a little shade towards Melody. We getting ready to listen to it. And so Gucci tried to call Carlos' ass out, and Carlos done muzzled her ass after he asked her a question. So as soon as she got to talking and he saw that the answer was directed towards him and what he wasn't supposed to be doing in terms of on Bell Collective, here come Carlos over talking her down and not allowing her to speak. Okay. Said something. Said Tyra said, please read Maurice down. You know I am. Oh, you know he gonna get the business this morning. Maurice is up and stuck for you this morning, sir. All right. Yes, I'm gonna have to tear that damn suit off your ass this morning. You about to be in your birthday suit when I finish tearing your damn ass up this morning for your shenanigans that you done portrayed on this damn interview. I saw this. I said, I know you damn lying. He ain't done got his beige bald-headed ass over there talking about no damn Melody Cherie when your ass done sat back and watched Martell cheating and knew he was cheating and was cheating with his ass. Because according to Ariel Curry, you was down there at the little situation in Atlanta where your ass said you was not at in the picture. And Ariane said you was there with another woman that won't Kimmy. So you sit your ass on here and you got something to say about Mel. Now we about to talk about you. See how that works? Yeah, y'all about to love this part of the show. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, I just love the pettiness of it all. All right, so let's get into it. Now, shout out to my girl, Show Style and Spirit. We're just going to listen to the sound bite. I'm going to put my own commentary, all right? But shout out for the sound bite. All right? And I know she don't mind, all right? As long as we shout her out. So let's get into this shit. Because when I heard this, I said, bitch, I know the hell you did. And Dustin, your ashy ass. Now, Dustin kind of did take up for Mel a little bit. So I ain't even going to drag you too much, Dustin. And Dustin, you're not one of my favorite people. But I do like how you did jump in there. And you kind of let Carlos know, like, yeah, I know. You kind of wrong right here. Like, Melody, she did go through some traumatic shit. And that's why she acting the way she is. Okay? Calling people out. So, yeah. Let's get into this. Let's get into the first part of this. All right? Now, in this first part, Carlos is pretty much saying that he wants to have, he wants kids now. Carlos said he wants kids. He want to have twins. He want to have a boy and a girl. And I think he's going to get a surrogate and all this other stuff because he's now ready to get into the phase of having kids. Finally, you get to see what everybody else has been saying, Carlos, where you always speaking on other people's kids and situations like Mel and Martell. And how they should have dealt with it, where Wanda was talking about people's kids and you didn't understand that shit. Now, since you want to become a parent and somebody do that shit to you and yours, you finally get to see the passion behind Melody and why she went off like she did. Yeah, because people don't understand stuff until it happens to them. And I'm kind of hoping that you hurry up and get some kids so somebody can, show your ass how it feels when yours get picked on and some shit happen. Not that I want to see something happen to your kids. But I want you to finally get to experience what really happens in those situations and how passionate a mother or parent can be when somebody comes for theirs. Because sometimes people don't get it. But let's get into this first clip. Maurice goes on to say that the only reason that he go out and stay out late, y'all know since Kimmy done blasted his ass and told everybody that Maurice be staying out till late, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning till she just gone to bed versus waiting up for him because he comes in so late. Maurice says his reasoning for doing that is to release stress. Now, nigga, we already know when you relieving some stress, that means you out busting a good nut. We're going to be a little raw. Can I be raw? All the kids in school, all right? You out busting nuts and whatnot. Talking about you relieving stress, Maurice, with your bald-headed ass. Let's get into this clip, child. Ooh, I ain't ready to yell at him yet.
Okay. I'm just as innocent of the DUI as before. Okay, so it's no different than an allegation. Like, Marcel's been charged with sleeping with 20 women. right, for 6 years, and not one has come up. Okay. So long to the short of it, I think that I know that part of it is television, right? I know that part of what they're doing is television. I also know that people that want to take their shots, this is the time for them to take their shot. Okay? And specifically, I'd say Melody. Melody decided to pounce on this situation and give it all the legs that she possibly could, because I think that she's felt the way ever since I said that Mel's been the center of, the drama. I called it when
What drama? What drama was Melody at the center of, Maurice, and your lying ass? Now, Maurice is feeling away since Melody brought up the fact with Kimmy. Y'all remember Melody invited Kimmy to her home to work out, but to really get to the tea of that DUI situation and the fact that there was lipstick seen on Maurice. So since Melody brought it up and cracked Kimmy's face on national television, one, Kimmy was pissed off and was on her get back, because we already know when we saw in the interview where Kimmy said she don't forget shit. If you ever rub her the wrong way, she holds on to it, and she always is plotting that when she can get back at your ass. So she was doing that with Melody, and we already heard how they said she went off on Melody at the reunion. Maurice is going to always also say that on here, saying that Kimmy could have gone and been on 20 on Mel, but she was on 10, and had Kimmy known what Mel said about her prior to the reunion, that Kimmy would have went on Mel and was on 20 on her. Mel ain't scared of no damn Kimmy. Kimmy ain't been woke the whole season. So she get to the reunion and now she want to try to read somebody down, take it up for your cheating lying ass like she did the last time you told her to roll over and take it. Let's continue, child.
Martell was the center of drama. And then when I said Mel was, then, Mel was, I think she's had it for me since then. There's been a couple of times where she's made comments or whatever, and I think that I've given Mel a ton of grace, because I think being publicly embarrassed by her husband in the fashion in which she's had to deal with is very, very difficult, especially if you're a person that cares about what people say. And I think that she really, really, really cares about what her fans have to say and what people have to say about her in general.
Life is of little value in Rome, living in the shadow of the rich.
Again, shout out to
Melody's in a unique position on this show. I think that she's in a unique position in general in life. We all saw a very egregious wrong be committed against her. And then we saw life, the realities of life, be thrown against her after that. Nobody owes you any grace per se for something that happened to you that was wrong, but damn it, we all watched it because it was on this show. So a lot of people blame Melody for her being less than warm or less than open to connections, but you gotta kind of understand that when you watch the show, you saw what happened to her, and you see what continues to happen to her by consistent gaslighting, consistent rewriting of what has been presented to the viewers as history. You understand that. I hated to see the way that she talked about that situation with Maurice and Kimmy, and I really hope y'all fix it. That's all I got to say as a viewer.
Now, Dustin is saying that it's very unfortunate what Mel went through, and that maybe she was lashing out because during that time she was still dealing with her feelings or whatnot. But Dustin also goes on to say that he did not like how Melody approached the DUI situation in terms of talking about it behind the scenes. But he says that he do wish that they can have a conversation and iron it out and fix it. Now, my thing is this. I don't think that it's fair that other cast members can speak on Melody and Martell's situation and or their marriage, and nobody can say anything about them when something happens to them. They wanted to keep this DUI under wraps and nobody talk about it. They were staying home to stay away from the cast members and anybody else that could talk about it and or ask them questions about it. They didn't want nobody calling them, but as soon y'all saw Kimmy's face, as soon as Mel brought up the DUI when she came to Mel's house, Kimmy's whole face started to change and was looking like, why is she talking about this? Like, why are you bringing this up? But you can talk about Mel and Martell's marriage, their infidelities, the situation with their kids, It don't matter. But it's open season when it's everybody else. But then when it's y'all, everybody got to be quiet and not talk about it. Maurice didn't want nobody speaking on his DUI because he was behind the scenes hoping to be able to get out of the shit and lie his way out of it. I don't know what judge was hearing this case, but the fact that Maurice was able to wiggle his way out of this DUI after you done hit somebody's damn car out here driving drunk, and then to show up right back to the same party after getting out of jail to go drink some more, which was a total slap in anybody who's ever dealt with losing a person through a DUI and or a drunk driver's face. That's a dangerous, irresponsible situation, Maurice. But now you want to throw jabs at Mel. I keep saying, can you guys not do an interview without speaking about Mel? Or can y'all do an interview without speaking about Mel? Because it's weird to me that y'all have all these things going on, but you can never get through an interview without mentioning Melody. Carlos, you initiated this. Maurice, we know you don't work. We know you ain't got shit going on. You're a fake ass everything. You're a fake husband. You're a fake lawyer. You're a fake credit repairer. You're a fake all of that. You're a fake father, because we see how you do with your son and how he sit up and look at you in scenes when you try to parent him. Like, nigga, you don't do that off screen. So don't be trying to act like you care on screen. Everybody know you using your son for a check, because you ain't got shit else going on. You ain't talking about Credit One because you ain't got nothing going on over there. So what you do is you keep bringing Monster on the show to keep from talking about what's really going on. Your ass should have been talking about the DUI. We don't give a fuck about no Monster being on no damn show. We don't want to hear about no damn Kiowa. You ain't even with Kiowa no more. Talk about your ass being out to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning while Kimmy waiting up for your ass. Talk about that. What you talking about Mel for? Now you mad at Mel because she holding you accountable and talking about your shit? Boy. Let's continue, y'all.
Yeah, watch the reunion. It's coming up in a few weeks.
All right, so. Like I said, he brings up Melody. All right. He goes on to say that Maurice goes on to say that he is as innocent as Marceau is said to be sleeping with 20 women, and none of these women have been brought to the carpet or been found. Okay, you should know who these women are. I'm pretty sure you know the women that Marceau have been caught cheating with, because y'all be out in the streets together, just like you knew about Ariane with your lying ass. Maurice, you knew about Ariane. You lied to Kimmy and said you don't know her, you don't be around her. Ariane took the picture when y'all were in Atlanta. You seen them together. You've been out with Marceau and Martell, and Ariane was there. But you're not going to talk about that shit, because then you don't want yours to come out. Just like in the recent episode where Martell was calling Marceau's ass out and talking about him cheating and he got receipts in the phone. You sat there as quiet as a church mouse because you don't want him, Martell, to get on your ass about what he know about you. So you stayed out of that argument so that your shit didn't get brought up. Now, Maurice goes on to say that Melody pounced on his DUI situation, and he says that Melody is bitter because he says that she was the center of the drama, and out of embarrassment, she spoke on his situation. Out of her embarrassment for her divorce from Martell, that she decides to then speak on his situation, meaning his DUI and his infidelities, because Mel did mention, did you see the lipstick on Maurice? During the DUI picture, everybody's talking about it. Kimmy's face was cracked and fucking mad behind that. And she went home and told Maurice, and which then they devised some little plan, probably say, oh, when we get to the reunion, that's her ass. When we get to the reunion, tear Mel's ass up. Because see, Maurice, it ain't going to be a good look for him to go in on Mel. But he can prop Kimmy up to do the shit, which is why I feel Kimmy did that, because you didn't have that heat for Mel. You didn't snap back at Mel at her house when she brought that shit up. You just sat there making faces looking crazy. But then you wait till the cameras are rolling because you want a moment to try to think that you're going to up and slick shade and go off on Mel, because now you tired of everybody calling you out for the bullshit. You embarrassed. Because you let it slip out that your husband is out in them streets. And we already know what's out there at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nothing open but 7-Eleven and some damn legs. And we know he ain't at 7-Eleven over there with Akbar getting no damn Slurpee. But we do know where he was slurping. Yeah, I said it. We know, Maurice, we know you ain't over there at the 7-Eleven getting no Slurpee. But we do know what you were slurping on at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we do. All right, so Dustin, like I said, goes on to say that nobody owes her grace for what happens on the show and what was said on the show, but says that you kind of do owe her a little grace because of the situation she went through with Martell and the infidelity. Says that he did hate to see how Melody spoke on the situation, as I said before. All right, so Carlos kind of jumps in and he kind of mentions some stuff about the reunion. He says that there's a lot of things he can't give away right now because it's going to be played on the reunion. So he kind of skips over that. And during this whole entire encounter with Maurice going in on Mel, guess who's sitting back laughing like a Cheshire cat? Carlos and his bald-headed, receding hairline having ass. He always thinks it's funny when somebody's throwing shade at the people that he employ. Like Mel said, you're supposed to be the executive producer and my boss, but you stay stirring up the bullshit and you think stuff is always funny and throwing slick shade against people who work for you and keep your show on the air. If it weren't for Mel, the show won't be on. We know it. All right, so let's continue, honey. I'm trying to make some notes so I can stay on key here. Okay, so we talked about that. All right, so let's continue. So we're gonna get to the next part here because Maurice, he was doing a whole lot. All right, so let's get to So Gucci. Now, So Gucci says that JJ actually stays out late, but he don't do it often. So she said JJ be out a lot of times at night too, but he don't do it often like that. Maurice made it very clear that the only reason he goes out and stays out like he does and goes out in parties because he be stressed out. What are you stressed out about? You don't work. You don't have the amount of stress that Kimmy has to worry about, which is all the bills and responsibilities, taxes for the home, car payments, car insurance, groceries and things like that. I mean, you don't really bring no income in, Maurice. And I'm trying to figure out how the fuck are you sending Kiowa child support and you don't have a job? That's another thing. Kiowa seems to be sparing you because they're saying the only check he brings home is from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And according to Winter Wonderland, y'all don't get paid a whole lot. So how you paying for child support for Monster as well as your other children? I don't understand. But let's move on to the next part here. Let's move on to the next part where So Gucci begins to talk and Carlos, she kind of gets into it with Carlos King. All right. And I want you guys to pay very close attention to how Carlos waited until he got ready to get exposed for his bullshit. And he kind of cuts off So Gucci and he not allows her to speak and or air out her grievances and how she feels about what's going on this damn show.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output.
I know Carlos
this thing
always
has sound.
call him out, so he's gonna do it right here.
You know, Carlos, I really felt disrespected. You know, I did have a no contact order with Selena, which ended, I think, October the 2nd this year. And the producer was sneaking around filming her, you know, and I just to be honest with you, you know, we're gonna keep it 100. You know, I just feel like I was on a platform where I thought I was protected, but I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that from your crew. I didn't feel protected, you know, and it kind of confused me a little bit, you know.
I was afraid to feel protected because at the end of the day, you knew she was coming on the show.
Now, let me answer. I understand.
Let me answer you though, because you told me to answer you.
Yeah.
You knew she was coming on the show. Right.
I mean, I really, no, let me tell you how I found out she was on the show. Actually, let me tell you.
Well,
they were filming the baby shower, and Latrice posted a picture on social media where they were actually at the baby shower. I said, they're filming the baby shower? I didn't know that. You know, maybe some of the other bells knew, but I didn't know.
Listen, there was a conversation about her joining the show. You knew about her joining the show. And at the end of the day, when it came for y'all to be in the same room, we understood about this no contact order. But we also knew too that when it came to y'all being in the same space, that we were going to respect the boundaries of that. And that's why when you left the improv class, you left and Letitia went after you to try to get you to stay. And I'm not going to give away what happened the rest of the season, but I do think at the end of the day, there is some sort of accountability on your part that should be there based on you really, let's be real here, you really wanted to figure things out with her. And you really did regret what happened when it was revealed how, you know, you made that comment, the drink was thrown, all that stuff. So when it came to that, that is what happened. And we also had security there too. So again, you were in a situation blindly, but I also understand that at the end of the day, you, JJ, and Selena
do have this history, and I am aware that what Dustin said too, that you also said that's your husband, and no shade, you're married. You're gonna ride for your husband, and that's all fine and dandy. But again, I'm not gonna give away what happened the rest of the season. But there is a beautiful moment between the two of you that was captured in real time that you initiated. And what I also think too is, look, I know you have no desire to have Selena on the show, and that's fine. But I also think you have to go home to your husband. Okay? And that's why we got that addressed. And you and Selena had this amazing moment that I'm not going to give away. Things did change once you had the conversation, but that's later in the season. But we get into it at the reunion too. So, you know, that is the reality of this. But I want to hear from Maurice, because at the end of the day, Maurice is also somebody that on the show felt the need to really showcase his blended family.
So at the end. All right, so shout out again to Show Style and Spirit. All right, so the soundbite for what Maurice says further than that is not on there. So what I'm going to do is dig up the actual interview, and I may do that in my pop-in to continue to see what is said in this. But I definitely wanted to talk about this shit right here that I saw, because I was like, I know Carlos didn't do that. Now, as we all know, Carlos does not honor any type of court documents, any type of protective orders, none of that. I mean, hell, look at Mel and Martell's situation. He's still forcing them to try to film in order to get ratings. I said it before. He continues to do that, and he's also doing it on Bell Collective. As we all know, So Gucci, aka Sophia, went and filed a protective order against Selena when they had their physical altercation, and Selena put pause on her. All right. So so Gucci is saying that she felt disrespected because producers were still sneaking around and still filming scenes with Selena after she put hands on her and after she filed a protected order on her. And she's saying she did not feel protected during filming. Now, we all know why you did that, So Gucci. You helped initiate this situation. And no, I don't agree that someone should go around putting hands on somebody over a conversation. They were arguing, and Selena did put her hands on her. Now, was that right to do? Probably not. But in the heat of the moment, that's what happened. The problem with that is that So Gucci was running around and calling Selena a fan of the show and saying, you know, trying to degrade, you know, downgrade her and make her feel like she wasn't as important as she was on the show. And you had a little jealousy going on that Selena was coming on the show and getting that shine, because So Gucci felt like, because I sat back on the show Bring It, and I wasn't trying to be on the show, in which you were, because I heard about it. She wanted to film scenes, but they would not film her, so she stayed on the sideline. So when Bell Collective came along and she was casted to be on there, and it was heard that Selena was coming on the show, she wanted Selena to do the same. And Selena was like, no. People like Selena because they remember her from the show Bring It. She has a huge fan base, but So Gucci wanted this to be her time to shine. And she had a little jealousy, thinking that Selena wanted to be on the show to be around JJ. Well, Selena is the one who filed for divorce from JJ. So if she wanted that ponytail wearing nigga, she would have still had his ass. She didn't want no damn JJ. Hell, the man she got now that she brought on the show, that she's currently engaged to, is much finer than him, got more money than JJ. So that was a, you know, she leveled up. She leveled up. So I'm not sure why So Gucci has so much, you know, vitriol towards Selena. Maybe you jealous of her in some type of way. I mean, she is a little bit more pretty than you. And not that I like to compare women, but I feel like So Gucci is on some real immature bullshit when it comes to that. And the fact that you still behind the scenes orchestrating things. If you guys watched the most recent episode where So Gucci was saying she wanted to have a conversation with Selena. Why you want to have a conversation after you did a protective order? If you're so scared of her and she's such a problem, why are you saying that? And then for you to vocalize that on camera, which then Carlos used that as a means to say, well, yeah, you got a protective order, but you said right here you want to have a conversation with her. It doesn't matter. A protective order says that there's to be no contact. We've seen several situations to where the ladies would get together and Selena would come in while So Gucci is there. So Gucci would have to leave because according to the protective order, they can't be around each other. But production would still be running behind them, trying to get them to film in order to get ratings. Carlos, you behind it. You did the same thing with Mel on Love Mary Huntsville. She cannot film with Martell, but you kept creating situations, you in production, in order to get the two of them on camera together because the people still want to see them film. You get the best ratings when Mel and Martell interact. And you kept trying to force that shit until Mel had to go through the courts and put her foot down. And that's why in every interview now, Carlos, you coming for Mel's jugular because she keeps stopping your plan. She keeps stopping your plan. All right, so let's continue here. Carlos says to So Gucci that when she's tried to talk because you overtalked her and you took over her segment when you asked her a question. I felt like that was disrespectful. How you ask me a question and you overtalk me? A conversation is two people talking. So if you're not going to let me talk, why am I on this platform? She was telling the truth about her experience. And once again, you muzzled her and overtalked her and then gave the floor back to Maurice. That was some disrespectful bullshit. Only because your narc ass Carlos did not want to be held accountable for the sneaky shit you're doing behind the scenes on your shows. I said shows, that's plural, Bell Collective and also Love Mary Huntsville. Now, Carlos says that, to So Gucci says that you knew Selena was coming on the show. It don't matter. Things change when the law and the courts get involved. You have to kind of rearrange some things on your show. You can't move the same way when there are protective orders in place. I don't give a damn if you already wrote the script. You got to switch that shit up because if there's another altercation, that's on your watch, Carlos. Just like with Martell, when he snapped off on behind the scenes at the reunion, putting hands on somebody. He should have not been allowed to come on stage and still film the reunion. You should have told his ass, you need to leave right now. Because it's not safe to wait to where you sitting on your stage with your castmates crying over a nigga who caused some ruckus behind the scenes versus crying for the person he did it to. Like at what point do we normalize that type of toxicity? When do we normalize that type of toxicity to where you cry for the motherfucker who's putting paws on somebody versus the person he put paws on? Hello? Are you still here, Carlos? I mean, damn. Just like he did in Las Vegas, running up on Mel, trying to fight her, and grown men got to hold him back and whisper in his ear that I'm not letting you go because you're not about to put hands on her. So you didn't do anything after that except set up more scenes for them in the Texas altercation that happened. That never should have happened. Martell should have never been able to film with Mel again. She should have not had to go through the courts in order to let you know that she didn't want to film with his ass. And even when she told you on your podcast what the shit was, you overlooked it just like you just did So Gucci. So you continue to put people in situations that are dangerous and you don't give a fuck, Carlos, because you want to get ratings. Ratings are lining your pockets so you can go to Chanel and Gucci and go on expensive trips and ride around in drop tops on live and laugh and think the shit is funny when people's real lives are fucked up thanks to you. That's what's going on here. All right, so let's continue. Of course, y'all heard Carlos got mad as soon as So Gucci started. The conversation went towards her holding Carlos accountable for things that she's being put in, for situations that she's being put in on the show behind the scenes, with production also acting together with Carlos to put her in dangerous situations to where paws can be put on her again, or a separate altercation can be initiated because they're not supposed to be filming. Carlos gets mad and interrupts So Gucci and lets her know that it was understood that Selena was coming on the show, and he also downplays her feelings by saying we had security there. We had security there. So pretty much security was there, just deal with the shit. Because we all know, and Carlos, you already said it in an interview, that you love yourself some Selena. You love Selena. I like Selena too. But we have to be respectful and we have to acknowledge when the things get to happening on the show and it becomes a legal situation. You have to follow those legal aspects, Carlos. Even though you want the ratings, I get it. Selena is great TV, but if they have a total protective order against each other, you kind of gotta make things better so that your castmates do not feel in fear of filming. Don't be sitting out here talking about, oh, security was there. Security was there when Mel and Martell had that face-to-face conversation where you forced Melody to film with Martell at the coffee shop. Y'all remember that? Let's bring that up. Melody was hella uncomfortable, but she still filmed. Martell thought he was flexing because he bought her $3 cup of cocoa, hot cocoa. I said, this motherfucker car about to decline. And I'm like, I'll pay for it. I said, oh shit. The nigga car about to decline on TV, Lord. But Carlos and Martell came out to say, he blasted him. This is when he said, Carlos put me up to filming that scene with Mel. Because he knows that the ratings go this way when they film together. So Martell blasted Carlos to say, y'all need to film my real family. This is when Mel let it slip out that Martell wasn't able to feed the kids. Y'all remember, the two of them were sitting there. Martell was fake apologizing and Apollo lying, saying that he was sorry for how he treated Mel and Mel didn't fall for the bullshit. He even brought Mel flowers, at which Mel said, I'll give them to the kids. I don't want this bullshit. Don't think that you could use what you used when we were in a great space and or married in terms of trying to reel me back in on your bullshit. So Mel said, nah. I ain't falling for that. So Carlos, you set up that scene. Martell blasted you and said that production and Carlos King reached out to me and told me to film this scene with Mel because for the longest they had been trying to get Mel to film it. Mel said no. Carlos kept pressing the situation. Mind you, he and Mel have been in the child custody case, the revenge plea, and all these other things have come up since then. They're in court, back and forth to court. The warrant was already put out on Martell during this time, mind you. Carlos didn't give a fuck. Carlos said, I need ratings. So he reached out to Martell and told him, go get Mel some flowers. Because everybody knows Mel like, what? Flowers. In order to butter her up and get her in a place to where she can be in an uncomfortable, unsafe situation. Notice during that scene that while Martell was talking, he kept himself at a very monotone. He did not yell at Melody. He didn't get buck on her. You know why? Because behind Melody was what? Security. Melody refused to film and or be in a space with Martell without security there. So Carlos, like he just told So Gucci, bitch, get in there and take it. Security was there. Carlos made sure to have security there just in case Martell got loud and wanted to pop off on Mel and do something to her, because we've seen him do that shit before. Not one time, not two times, but maybe 4 or 5 times on the show. So he was trying to cover the bases in terms of saying, get in there and film. I know this shit dangerous, but, I'm going to be able to cover myself because I said, because I made security be there during that scene, just in case he acted a fool. I did my part by getting security there. So these are the games that Carlos likes to play, knowing that Martell is a danger, not just to himself, but to others. You've seen it. You've seen him act out. You were at the reunion when he put hands on and tried to put hands on Jay, which was Mel's makeup artist. That's already been put out there. So while you sitting up there crying, oh my God, what I really want for you, Martell, is for you to get the help you need. You love your family. Bitch, it ain't about that. What it's about is if the nigga would have jumped up and put hands on her in that scene, you would have been sued. And I keep saying, Melody Cherie, baby, you need to sue Kingdom Reigns Entertainment and you need to sue OWN for putting you continuously in situations that you should not be in because the legalities of this says that he can't be around you. Martell, they've already upped the protective order against him this last time when he violated the shit. So Martell is still sitting in scenes because he's missing his money. He knows he gets the bulk of his checks when he filmed with Mel. So he sit up and say, everybody else is here except Mel, knowing he can't film with her. Knowing he can't be around her. So this is him verbalizing that so that they can get to Carlos' ears and Carlos can try to make the shit happen so he can get a bag to go spend it on the para-whore. So once again, you trying to pimp Melody to get in scenes with Martell so he can get the money and go spend it on his whores. That's what's going on here. So Carlos, like I said, don't respect court orders, and he don't respect legal documents or any ramifications for the courts for his cast. All right. So regardless to So Gucci telling him and verbalizing or trying to verbalize, because you cut her off, that she wanted to have a conversation with Selena, at which JJ told her on the show, because I do watch the show, not to have nothing to do with Selena. He's mad. He's mad, so he's taking So Gucci's side, and which he should. That's his wife. But my thing is, and I do the same with my husband. If there's a situation, even if my husband is wrong, we have this thing called a united front. I'm not going to check him in front of nobody. But when we get home, we're going to have a conversation. I'm this right here in public. but when we get home, I'm going to talk to him. I'm not going to blast you and put you out. So even though you were wrong, So Gucci, yes, your husband, JJ, was supposed to stick up for you and stand up for you in that situation publicly. But when y'all get home, he need to tear your ass off and say, bitch, you was wrong. Well, not bitch, because he should never call you a bitch. But he should tell you, So Gucci, Sophia, you were wrong in that situation. You initiated it by instigating and coming for her, knowing she's a fucking hothead. And there was a possibility she was going to knock your damn dentures out. Because she did go upside your head. I keep saying, So Gucci got them damn, she got dentures in. She got them grandma lips. I always say that. I can't stand her ass. But I do feel like she initiated it. So continuing on. Carlos, like I said, because he likes Selena, he was still going to allow Selena to film regardless to what the courts said. So Gucci, like I said, did not want Selena on the show. So she went and pressed those charges to avoid Selena from being able to film. But Carlos override that to keep Selena on the show and to keep her filming because he knows that the fans love Selena and he knew that it was going to be great for the show for him. It was going to give him better ratings this season to have Selena on there because Selena gets along with all the other girls on the show. They love her. All the other girls on the show love Selena. They welcome her. And so Gucci don't like that. She wants the rest of the cast to hate Selena like she does, and they won't do it. She wants the other girls to not film with Selena, which would then get her cut off. She's trying to get Selena ostracized and pushed to the side to where the other girls don't want to fool with her. But Selena is such a good time and they like her, they won't do it. And Carlos continues to throw her out there and push her out there in scenes. To be honest with you guys, this season, Selena is getting more scenes than So Gucci, and So Gucci is a main cast member, and which Selena is now, but this was originally one of, So Gucci's show. This is her breakout show. She wasn't doing shit before that. You weren't even a real estate agent before that. I looked it up. You ran and got them like, I want to say like 6 months before she got on Bell Collective, she went and got her real estate license so that she could tell everybody that she's this huge real estate agent and she sells more properties than anybody. Lies. You just got the bitch before you got on the show to have a storyline because you weren't doing shit and nobody knew you except for being JJ's wife. You didn't have shit else going on. You really didn't. You didn't have a storyline. So now you've made this situation with Selena your storyline because you don't have shit else going on. Selena's getting ready to get married. Selena has businesses. She's raising her, well, not raising because her daughters are grown, but she's focusing on being a grandmother and she's focusing on doing her own thing. You are so enamored with and so focused on Selena that you can't even focus on what you got going on. We ain't seen nothing that you doing this season, So Gucci. Like, we ain't seen shit you doing except fighting with Selena and talking about Selena in every damn episode, you and JJ. And I felt like it was wrong that you and JJ kind of sat back and decided not to go to his own daughter's baby shower on some bullshit. Even if you stayed home, So Gucci, not allow, but step back and realize the fact that he does have daughters with Selena. They're having babies. These are moments you can't get back. This is a baby shower. He should have been there. So even for peace sake, knowing that you and Selena don't get along, you should have stayed your ass at home and told JJ, you know what? These are your daughters. Just so that you can still interact and have that moment with your daughters. You go and I'm going to stay home. See, that's what a mature woman does in this situation. But you couldn't do that because you don't trust him around Selena, because you think that he still has feelings for her and you don't want him looking at Selena in a certain type of way because Selena do serve body. Selena do serve the girl. Her face card is still out here doing what it needs to do. So you know that your husband still got eyes for her when he's around her. So you want to be there so you can referee that. That's why you wouldn't fall back and allow JJ to be there for his daughters, because you continue to hate on his relationship with them because you only want his attention for yourself. And that's what I see with So Gucci. I'm sorry. And you a selfish ass bitch for that, So Gucci, because this man got daughters who want to be in his life, but I feel like you are the gatekeeper to him doing that. And that's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. And I don't agree, like I said, that nobody should put hands on you, but maybe that pop that she gave your ass should have woke you up. Obviously, it didn't. The only thing it caused you to do was be more vengeful because your ass went down there to use that as an opportunity to further get rid of Selena, and the shit didn't work. It didn't work. That blew up in your face, to be honest. All right, so, yeah, how do y'all feel about that? That Carlos overtalked her and would not allow her to get out what she had to say. Like I said, Maurice did use this opportunity to talk about Mel. And he did bring up that at the reunion that Kimmy did go in real hard on Mel, but Kimmy would have gone harder on Mel had she known what Mel said about him and his DUI situation. Okay, so that is what he said about that. But I don't know. Did you guys know that Maurice was an ordained deacon? Did y'all know that? I don't know an ordained deacon that acts like Maurice. I don't know an ordained deacon that act like that. But Maurice is an actual ordained deacon, you guys, okay? He's supposed to be a lawyer as well, where Marceau is out here saying, oh, he's a valedictorian when he graduated and he's a lawyer. You've never tried a case, but go off. So it's weird to me. You have all these titles and you're still out here acting as just a regular schmeggle old dude out the streets. And your own wife won't hold you accountable for it because she doesn't want to get fussed out at home and she don't want you to go and keep staying out. Kimmy doesn't. I think Kimmy's problem with this situation is, and why she keeps co-signing Maurice in his bullshit, even though she knows it is wrong. Like she says, I don't like that Maurice go out. I think that she put up with his bullshit because she's afraid that he will leave her. At her old age, Kimmy doesn't want to be alone again. So she is tolerating and putting up with things with Maurice that she knows is wrong, that's contrary to her beliefs and what she likes and her desires and what she sees as far as being married. She's not happy. I feel like this whole relationship between them is toleration. I feel like Maurice has conditioned her to put up with it and that he's not going to stop because, Kimmy, you said he was for the streets and in the streets when you met him. So now you have put yourself in a situation to where you have put up with situations that you don't like just for the sake of saying you have a man and you're miserable. And you're taking out your anger on other people who are trying to tell you that the shit is fucked up. But you won't acknowledge that because of where it's coming from. You are pow-powing the messenger versus listening to the message. And you want to stay in a toxic situation to still hold on to the title as being a wife. And you got women out there that's like that. Don't do that. Don't stay in no situation to say that I'm the wife. I still got my marriage. That's what Tisha Marceau is doing. Do I think that Tisha knows Marceau cheats? Absolutely, she does. But Tisha is another male identified type of individual, and they pride themselves on being able to say, I'm a wife. I've been married for 18 years. I still got my husband. I still got my marriage. Tisha's focus is on that house that's being built. See, as long as Marceau can keep throwing out things that he's giving her, she's going to stay and put up with it. Because Tisha, let me tell y'all something. Let's make a connection here. Tisha grew up without having anything. She grew up poor. She grew up in the projects. She grew up without even having a TV in her home. Okay. So the little things that Marceau does, even though he's doing things that's real fucked up to her, he disrespects her. He goes out and he spends all this time out. And of course she knows he's with other women. I mean, how could she not know that? You with him for 18 years. Bitch, you know when your husband is cheating. Like you said in that scene that I played the other day, she says that they've gone for months where he really hasn't even touched her, hasn't shown her any affection. She asked him to buy her flowers and he tell her, I can't buy you no flowers. I got to pay the mortgage. I ain't got no money for no flowers. So a woman knows her husband. You know when things are off in your relationship, if your husband starts doing things that he should not do and he's not touching you like he used to and he's not buying you flowers like he used to and he wants to stay gone away from you for long periods of time and coming in at hours of the morning where he knows that you're asleep so that you don't be all up in his damn face. These are signs that you may want to look into. But because Tisha is very emotionally needy, I don't think that she's ever going to walk away from her situation with Marceau, just as I don't think that Kimmy is going to walk away from her situation with Maurice. So the two of them are stuck with two people who act the same, who have conditioned themselves, who've been taught, and they were probably taught this by their father, because from what I hear, he ain't shit nigga too. And I don't like to talk about people daddy like that. But when y'all brought the nigga on the show, y'all was trying to big him up like he was this great father, but to find out he's an ain't shit nigga too, because he left y'all and left y'all mama with 8 kids, and the bitch done stressed herself out and ain't got no more teeth in her damn mouth over this sorry ass nigga who left her having to get all these jobs and was only bringing home $400 every 2 weeks trying to feed 8 kids when y'all sister was the one eating all the damn food. If I could be a little messy. That's what had happened on that. Yeah. But my thing with this situation is, Carlos, I really think you need to take a closer look at how you do your castmates and how you move in terms of your shows and putting your castmates in dangerous situations that could ultimately get them hurt. Okay, somebody gonna get hurt behind this situation. It's gonna be a scene coming up where Letitia and Keisha's husband is going to be getting into a physical altercation on the show on Bell Collective. That's coming up. They're going to get into a verbal altercation and it's going to turn physical to where people are going to, castmates, once again, like they did on Love and Marriage Huntsville, castmates got to jump in trying to break it up. But you say you got security on the show. But castmates, once again, got to jump in on your show and break up fights, Carlos. So that's all I'm saying. Seems to be a pattern of behavior when it comes to you and your shows. That's why you got kicked off of Bravo for that same behavior. And now you've brought it over to OWN. OWN don't never have no shows like that. But now you brought that behavior on to OWN to where somebody gonna wind up getting hurt on your show. And that shit needs to change. But that's all we have for this show. I will see you guys later today for some more commentary. I'm going to try to look up this interview because I want to see in its entirety what was actually said throughout this actual video. Okay. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to my mods for doing an awesome job. Belle Wilson, KBR, Tyra, Scorpion Miss. Thank y'all. Y'all all do a great job. Thank you for my stand-in mods as well for stepping up and helping out as well. Okay. I thank you. Thank you to Truth TV Podcast. Thank y'all. These are content creators, you guys, that show me love and come to my channel every day to sit here and listen to me talk and go off on people. Child, thank y'all so much. And y'all definitely check them out, these content creators, because they are great content creators. Check them out and support their channels as well. Truth TV Podcast, thank you, dear. Purple Unicorn, Aries Girl Podcast, Dear Retalk Show, Messy Hills ATL, Boss Lady Brand, Girlfriend Chronicles, Chronicles of Kim K. And also thank you so much, Love Seen Heard, okay? And any other content creator that may have stopped by that may have missed, because y'all know when I get to talking, I'm not watching the chat, so I don't see what's being said, which is why I go back after and skim through my chat just to see. So thank you guys. If I missed anyone, definitely thank you guys for coming over. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. All of my links are in the description if you guys want to see that. Please do not forget to, and I'm still pushing the petition for those of you that want to sign it. I will drop the link in the chat before we get out of here. Please don't forget to do that. We are trying to make YouTube a no bully zone, so that is the petition link. Please go over there and sign. You can also leave comments if you wish to do so as well. I appreciate you in advance. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let's get out of here. Love you guys down and goodbye.